Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Wednesday, March 12th, 2025. It's another day that we can call interesting. The sun today is at 22 degrees, a mystical magical water sign, Pisces. Pisces energy is sort of not of this world. It's highly creative and spiritual, very ethereal, so it tends to be somewhat escapist. Saturn is the planet of discipline and structure, sometimes hard knocks. It's the planet of limitations, restrictions. It is basically the lord of the physical plane, because spirit is limited in physicality. Guess what? Sun and Saturn are precisely conjoined today. They're conjunct at 22 degrees of Pisces. Now, that actually occurs during the pre-dawn hours here in the United States, midday or so, Europe and parts east. 3:29 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:29 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 11:29 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. What is the effect of Sun conjunct Saturn? Well, things tend to slow down. If you want results today, don't look for quick results. Saturn is a planet of process. When the Sun conjuncts Saturn, things get serious, ultra serious. It's not one of those happy-go-lucky sorts of days. And you might get depressed because things take time. Saturn is the Roman god for the Greek god Kronos, meaning time lord. So this is one of those days where things tend to slow down and maybe not be quite the way we want them to be. Things may in fact be blocked today. So patience is a virtue today with the Sun conjunct Saturn. Now, also during the pre-dawn hours, the moon shifts from grand and glorious fire sign Leo, where it's been for the last 2.5 days, into the more industrious, practical, detail-oriented, sometimes a little neurotic, earth sign of Virgo. And Virgo is all about the details, all about making things work. So it's very much about organization, which is actually a good thing and conducive under a Sun conjunct Saturn, so it's not quite so bad. The thing is, though, that you remember all those three inconjuncts, the awkward angles from yesterday? They're back. There are no less than 3 more 150-degree inconjunct angles today that I call the adapt, adjust, accommodate angles. So again, patience is a virtue today. The first, well, let's tell you exactly when the moon enters Virgo, which is 12:56 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so probably by the time you see this. 3:56 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time and 8:56 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And then the first awkward inconjunct 150-degree adapt, adjust, accommodate angle from 3 degrees of Virgo, where the moon is, to Pluto, the lord of power and concentration of energy at 3 degrees of Aquarius. 7:05 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 12:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 5:05 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Be careful. That's one of those you could use your power in the wrong way kinds of energies. You could also use it for good research purposes. Take your pick. Then we go to almost the whole day, 10 hours at least, before the moon makes the second inconjunct, this one from 8 degrees of Virgo to Venus, which is at 8 degrees of Aries. Remember that Mercury and Venus were conjoined yesterday because Venus is retrograde and Mercury is very slow right now because it's about to go retrograde. So the moon inconjunct Venus, which is saying, maybe you want to rethink a few things about your love life or the arts or just kind of adapt to changing circumstances. 5:10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 1:10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Finally, we have, yes, you guessed it, the moon inconjunct Mercury from the same 8 degrees of Virgo to 8 degrees of Aries. 6:55 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 2:55 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. You get the idea. Breathe today. Just do what's in front of you. It'll all be fine. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence in front of you. Star Presence. starpresence.net. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy this day, no matter what. See, I'm being restricted already.